if there's one thing I've learned about this parenting gig so far, it's that finding the right convertible car seat for your family can seem overwhelming. But you know what? It doesn't have to be. So we're here at buybuy BABY today to talk with the experts about finding the right seat for your family and doing it in just 20 minutes. Because we want you to be able to tackle it in 20. So we're here with Stefan, just one of the car seat experts here at buybuy BABY today, to talk about convertible car seats and to talk about the 4 things that you need to know when you're finding the right seat for your family. There's really just 4, guys. It all boils down to that. So Stefan, talk to us a little bit about those 4 things.
So the 4 things that we want to look at are price, convenience, safety, and comfort.
Awesome. So let's start talking about price. So we know this is going to be a big investment. You know what? You want it. It's going to keep your kids safe. So we want to be making that investment. And where does the price range lie when it comes to convertible car seats? What are we looking at roughly?
So when we're looking at convertible car seats, what we're looking at really is price range at around $250 to roughly around $600. And that pretty much depends on your extra safety features as well as your convenience feature.
Right, so guys, think about that. You know, there's a huge variety. You're coming into this obviously with a budget in mind, and there's going to be variability within that budget as to what works best for you. So that's the first thing, price. The next thing is safety, so you kind of led into that.
Yeah.
So what kind of safety features vary between the convertible car seat models?
So the first thing that we want to make sure is that all car seats in Canada are safe.
Right.
In Canada.
100%.
Yes, definitely. Every single car seat gets certified by Transport Canada, but some car seats do have extra safety features as well that go above and beyond.
Right.
So some of the car seat safety features that have on car seats as well are rebound bars, as well as extra head safety, as well as extra side impact protection.
Awesome, and just remember guys, we're talking about convertible car seats here. So we're talking about seats that go all the way from sort of newborn life right through to, right through toddlerhood and preschool kids. So, features are gonna vary at times in their life into what they need and what they're gonna be useful for. So just remember that we're talking about that huge span of time as well. So we talked about price, we talked about safety. Let's talk a bit about comfort.
Comfort. So especially with comfort, some of these car seats can actually recline to many different positions as well. So when you're in a newborn position, you want to have it reclined at that right 45-degree angle. However, we do want to keep them in the rear-facing stage as long as possible, and some of those car seats will actually be able to recline a little bit higher for your older toddlers who want to stay in that reclined position as well.
And that's huge, guys. I'm just going to say, rear-facing as long as possible, not only for safety, but for hiding snacks, because I do that. I eat in the front seat, and I don't want my kids to see it. All right, so we've talked about price, we've talked about safety, we've talked about comfort. The last feature we want to talk about is convenience, because that's super important too. So talk to us a little bit about convenience.
Perfect. So with convenience, some car seats actually will only do the first 2 stages where it's rear-facing with a harness as well as forward-facing with a harness. But some car seats as well will do the 3rd stage, which is the last stage, which is the booster stage with the seatbelt. So convenient-wise, some of these car seats will do every single stage, whereas only some of them will do the first 2. Another thing with convenience is fit in your car. So in your car, you sometimes want to make sure that if you have a smaller car seats can recline a little bit higher up to give you more space between your front seat and the actual car seat as well.
Totally. And guys, this is a huge thing that I just learned today. buybuy BABY actually has a service called Dry Fit. Am I getting that right?
Yes.
Where you can come in and try these car seats in your car to see what fits best and what works. And that is huge because it's not something you want to take a risk on. So another reason that I love buybuy BABY so much and a fabulous service that they provide. So come in, try that Dry Fit service and test out the options and see what works for you. Awesome. So next we're going to talk about some of our favorite seats that we think are worth looking at. So now that we've talked about the 4 things that we need to look for when we're on the hunt for the best convertible car seat for our family, we're going to talk about 3 car seats that we think are worth looking at. So the first one we're going to talk about is the best value for your money. The second is sort of the Cadillac, or the one that has all the bells and whistles. And the third one is the store pick. So stay tuned for that. Okay, first we're going to talk about best value. So Stefan, tell us what you think.
Perfect. So this one here is actually called the Graco Forever, and it is one of the best value car seats that you can get as well, because it's at a good price point, and on top of that, it does all 3 stages that you can possibly do with a convertible car seat. So right over here, we have the rear-facing stage, which is with the 5-point harness. We also have the forward-facing stage, which is also with the 5-point harness. And then the last stage which actually has the seat belt that you would use as a booster mode as well.
So consider this, guys. This is like newborn infant. This is sort of, once they grow out of that infant stage in toddlerhood, and then all the way up through preschool and until they don't need that booster anymore. Awesome. And price point is about $450, is that right?
Yes.
Awesome. So it sits right in the middle of that price band. And what else is there to love about this seat?
So the good thing about this one here too is the convenience of it. So with this car seat, you do have the ability to adjust the harness height with just a push of a button. And you also have the ability to, for those messes, have the ability to actually take the actual covers. So if you did have an accident in this, you can actually clean it as well without having to uninstall the car seat.
And you will have an accident, I can promise you that. Awesome. Okay, so Graco Forever, our choice for the best value. Okay, so the second car seat that we really want to take a look at today is like the Cadillac of car seats, right? It's the one that has all the bells and whistles. So Stefan, tell us what we're looking at here.
So this one here is actually the Krypton, and if you can imagine, it was created by parents who weren't satisfied with what was actually on the market today. So what they did was they basically created their own car seat, and they wanted to replicate it so that it was a part of the car. And you can imagine all of the extra safety features that they put in this car seat as well.
That's amazing. So these are two auto engineers. They weren't happy with what they were seeing, and they basically created one from scratch. So talk to us a little bit about the safety features that are in this seat.
Perfect. So one of the safety features that they do have is actually a rebound bar, which is this part over here. So in the rear-facing stage, rear-facing car seats absorb the shock this way, but then sometimes have a tendency to pop back up. This rebound bar prevents them from actually popping back up and coming back up like that. Also, what they do have is the extra head protection as well. So all car seats in Canada are required to have side impact walls, but this is like a second layer of protection specifically for the baby's head.
Amazing. So talk to us a little bit about this base, because I know there's some fancy stuff going on down here.
Yes. Perfect. So this base alone has this thing called the React system. And what the React system is, it's basically a magnesium core that decompresses in the event of an impact. So the car seat actually absorbs the shock and takes that force away from your child.
Amazing. So guys, super safety features, everything you can imagine packed into this bad boy. So tell us a little bit about this fabric, because it's kind of magical from what I hear.
This fabric is pretty awesome. So it's called Krypton Fabric. What that basically means is if I was to use water or milk and happen to spill this on the seat, it would actually just bead up, and I can take a little cloth and wipe it right off.
I'm just saying that, that is gonna happen in my life more than once, and that is amazing. So there's a couple last things that are worth mentioning about the Krypton. So talk to us about those.
Perfect. In terms of convenience and fitting in your car as well, if you do have multiple kids and multiple car seats, this car seat is actually 17 inches, and it's actually designed to fit 3 across the back seat as well.
That's amazing. And talk to us about where it's made, because this is cool.
Perfect. So this one's actually made in Canada.
Guys, made in Canada, made and manufactured in Canada. How cool is that? That's a huge win in my books. Is there anything else that we need to know about this?
Perfect. Seat depth is also a little bit deeper as well. So this car seat can actually be used for a little bit longer as opposed to other car seats as well. So for those parents who want to keep their children in the 5-point harness, forward facing or rear facing, you can use it for a little bit longer as well.
That's great, because guys, this is a bigger price tag. So this seat has a $600 price tag, but you will get that longevity out of it, and you will get every bell and whistle you can imagine. Okay, so the third and final seat that we want to make sure you guys know a little bit about is what we'll call Stefan's pick. This is sort of if he had to pick one that he thinks is the best well-rounded seat, most value, sort of what he would choose if he had to, and I think he has. We're going to talk about that one. So Stefan, tell us about it.
Perfect. So this is the Britax Boulevard, and Britax is a car seat specific company. And it's one of those car seats that you actually do get all the bells and whistles, as well as most of the convenience features as well.
Awesome.
So in terms of safety features, some of the extra safety features that you do get are reinforced steel bars, and what that does is add strength and stability to the actual car seat as well. They do also have a technology that's called Safe Cell. So in the core of the seat over here, they are little honeycomb cells that decompress in the event of an impact. And in that impact, the car seat will actually absorb the shock as opposed to the child.
Awesome.
In terms of convenience features, we do have an easy way to actually adjust the harnesses as well, to go up and down just by a push of a button. And lastly, also convenience wise, if you do have a mess, just like the other car seats over there, they do have the ability to take off the actual covers without having to uninstall the seat.
Amazing, guys. So for those messes, easy cleanup. So price point on this one. We're looking at a $500 car seat, so not quite top of the line in terms of price point, but still getting most of the features that you want to be looking for in terms of extra bells and whistles as well. So I think 3 great car seats that are definitely worth looking at when you come into buybuy BABY to find your own. All right, so we've covered the 4 things that you need to look for when you're searching for the perfect convertible car seat for your family. And we've talked about the 3 seats that we think are worth looking at when you come into buybuy BABY to find your own. So you know what? I hope you feel ready to tackle that search for your own perfect seat, and I hope you feel confident enough to tackle it in 20.